Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We do the European outlook for today's second video. So as always on a Thursday, we're having a detailed look at the weather next week to 10 days across Europe, and I shall get on back for you in a moment. Just say that first. Video today was our 6 UK weather forecast. There's a 10 to 14 day on the way later on today as well. Please like, share, subscribe on all today's videos and content. Show everybody for doing that. For GavsWeatherVids, thank you so much everyone. Right, going to start off with the situation across Europe today. Here we go, Ben. So, Thursday, 5th of September, high pressure dominating across much of northern Europe. A big ridge of high pressure there. We have got low pressure through central and also western parts of Europe. Upper air temperatures are quite bizarre. It's hot in the south, and the heat being dragged out of the Balkans, southeast Europe, all the way towards western parts of Europe on those easterly winds. So, the warm upper air temperatures we see here arrived on the east coast. The origins of that air actually originated towards, Romania and the Black Sea, the Balkans and whatnot. Really strange pattern this, with high pressure blocking again further northwards too. So precipitation-wise, we've got some heavy rain, maybe some thunder across parts of southern and southwestern England and Wales. That stretches in towards some parts of the Low Countries and into northeastern France. We're going southwards towards the Alps, around Austria, Hungary, southern Germany as well. Could be some big downpours there. Mostly dry to the northeast of that, causing that big area high pressure. Much of southwest Europe mainly dry. Just one or two scattered rogue thunderstorms. So hot air from the Balkans and southeast Europe being dragged out into western Europe. Very high upper air temperatures, hot upper air temperatures through Germany, for example, into Denmark, some parts of Sweden too, also into Poland. And those warm upper air temperatures are being pushed further and further west. However, much of West Europe is actually a little bit cooler, as is the northeast of Europe. When we go through to tomorrow, Friday, with low pressure again in the ascendancy, in control of west and southwest parts of Europe, high pressure from the Atlantic into northern parts of Europe. And the upper air temperatures continue to look very warm and or hot. Southern Europe looks hot, as does much of Eastern Europe, and that heat extends out into the west on those easterly winds as well. Precipitation-wise, there'll be more heavy showers, but storms and downpours through southern France, towards northern parts of Spain, Portugal. Further heavy downpours at times into far south of England, and a few rogue showers and storms in the southeastern corner as well. But that said, most places dominated by high pressure, most places dry, sunny, and also pretty warm or hot as well. And we will see the temperature lifting up through France, UK and Ireland as well tomorrow. And most of these eastern central parts of Europe looking hot too. The southern part of Europe looking quite warm or hot as well. That takes us into Saturday, with low pressure developing over France, gradually starting to move up the western side of Europe. At the same time, most northern, central, eastern regions, though, everybody still dominated by that big area of high pressure. Upper air temperature continues to high. In fact, another push of heat started to come out of Africa and move northwards through the central regions. Just a little bit cooler parts of the upper air temperatures out west, and the extreme northeast as well. And very wet weather possible on Saturday, maybe with some thunderstorms through parts of France in towards southern England, and those storms could start pushing north to other parts of England, Wales overnight from Saturday into Sunday. Downpours into northern parts of Africa, just heading into the far south of Spain. But that said, many areas again dry on Saturday, and very warm and or hot, with temperatures way up into 20 Celsius. Both areas, especially again in central and eastern regions. Low pressure is sitting over the top of France, UK and Ireland on Sunday, being quite an unsettled day. The high pressure just beginning to weaken a little bit, and perhaps gradually start easing back in towards the west of Russia. But the upper air temperature continues to look very warm and or hot, way above average time of year, with the heat pushing out of Africa up through these central parts of Europe. It is a little bit cooler in the west and maybe in the extreme northeast. We've got lots of heavy showers and thunderstorms pushing from North Africa into the bed and then northwards, affecting Italy, some parts of France, and into far south of Germany. Further downpours likely through Ireland, northern parts of France, and into parts of England, Wales, well, but Scotland should stay dry, as should much of northern, eastern, and northeast Europe. To be fair, for the Mediterranean, well, heavy showers should be central regions, but dry to the west, dry to the east. Hottest temperatures will be the central and eastern regions. Temperatures just edging back a little bit out west. Moving through into Monday, the beginning of the next working week, finds lower pressure just beginning to start taking over across Europe as a high pressure weakens and retreats back into western parts of Russia. Upper air temperatures remain way above average in most areas, and we have further downpours here, heavy showers, further storms, spells, rain through France. They could affect England and Wales at times, probably extending eastward towards the Low Countries, Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany as well. And then more showers and storms breaking out through the central bowl of the bed, OBA just into the Balkans as well. But that said, except for a band of rain coming to Norway, much of northern and eastern Europe, including the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, and Belarus should have a lot of dry weather. No, Belarus isn't a Baltic Sea state, but you get what I mean. So it should be a lot of dry weather though in that northeastern corner of Europe. The hottest temperature beginning to get squeezed more towards the east of the northeast as west there. Just the temperatures edging down. That trend continuing into Tuesday as we start to put in a little bit of a northerly type flow into the west of Europe. The high pressure deflating in the northeast, gradually weakening, allowing this trough of low to just start developing in situ really across Europe. Upper air temperatures continue to look really warm, especially in the east of the northeast. There's lots of heavy showers on clouds, rain, thunderstorms, all the way from France, right way over towards the Balkans as well. And northwards in towards Austria, Hungary, and pushing north into Germany as well, just affecting some parts of Poland too, maybe. Another band of heavy rain pushing into Norway, so that could affect northern parts of Britain. Once again, we see the drier weather in this northeastern corner, but it is gradually retreating, I think, that area of dry weather. And Spain and Portugal, though, looking mostly dry on Tuesday. Hot there and hot in the far east, otherwise temperatures are lowering more. And then on into Wednesday, we see low pressure beginning to just start taking over increasingly through those western portions of Europe. The upper air temperatures are hottest in the south and also up the eastern side, beginning to edge down in those more western regions. Lots of heavy showers, long spells, rain, thunderstorms from France, right way over towards Poland. To the northeast of that, even there, we're starting to see a few showers beginning to break out, for example, through Finland into the Baltic Sea states. And we've got some very wet weather gathering in the Atlantic, starting to head towards the UK and Ireland. To the Mediterranean, well, heavy showers of thunderstorms possible for the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, Corsica, Sardinia, and also possibly Italy as well. Spain, Portugal, mostly dry. Greece and Turkey looking pretty dry too. And the temperatures are hot in the east and in the northeast, but cooler further west and northwest. And then into Thursday next week, high pressure really is dying a death in the far northeast as low pressure is starting to take over from the Atlantic. The hottest upper air temperatures being squeezed further and further eastwards as cooler air starts working its way in from the Atlantic. Look how unsettled it is by next Thursday, even in these far eastern northeast regions where hitherto it has been mostly dry, sunny and hot. We're beginning to see instability, we're beginning to see showers of thunderstorms breaking out, but the really wet weather is through the central and western regions. Heavy rain sweeping into UK and Ireland, probably with strong winds too, and more downpours breaking out through the bay. So just increasingly unsettled as we go through next week. Now the hottest air retreating further and further eastwards as cooler, fresher air moves in from the Atlantic. And then that takes us through to Friday the 13th, Saturday 14th and Sunday 15th with low pressure just in the ascendancy across most parts of Europe. By that point, if we have a look at the upper air temperatures, I think we will see that the hottest of the upper air temperatures really has kind of just seeped away. So you can see with the upper air temperatures still relatively hot in the far south and around Greece and Turkey as well. But notice the upper air temperatures have lowered substantially from the west, and it's a much more autumnal scene then by the time we get through to the weekend of the 14th and 15th of September. So it really is a week of change. We're starting off mostly dry, sunny and hot across much of Europe at the moment, but it is more unsettled in the west. But as the week progresses, autumn will be descending, first of all in the west, and then gradually pushing its way eastwards as the week goes along. Right, we're going to be back a little bit later on. You're 10 to 14 there, including all of red features. Come back for that later. If you enjoyed the European Outlook, please like, share and subscribe. And we'll do it all over again next Thursday. For this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.